Hello, in this video I'm going to show you how to put an application form from the internet into the Smart Notebook so you can use it in class for the class to fill out on the smart board or for you to model for them. What I have here is an Untitled Smart Notebook. I'm using Smart Notebook 11, but the process is the same for the Smart Notebook 10. First thing that I need to do is open up the screen capture tool, so I'm going to click on the camera icon here. Now that I have my screen capture tool here, I'm going to use the crop tool. I want the square crop, but there are other features that you can use. I'm also going to choose to capture this to a new page each time that I take an image. If I deselect this, it's going to put all my images onto one page, but I've looked at the application form and I think that it's going to be taking up about 4 pages to be comfortable. So I'm going to click on this box and capture each image to a new page. Now I've already found the application form online. I used Google to search for it. There's many different types of forms, and this process would be the same for anything that you could find online. We're just taking a picture of the screen and inserting that into the notebook for our use. So as you can see, the application form is 2 pages long. It has some nice sections, and I've decided to divide it into 4. So I'm going to come up to the top of the application form. I'm going to get it lined up where I want it to be. And I'm going to come to my screen capture tool. I'm going to choose to crop a square image. I'll come over the image and using the mouse, drag the mouse to select the area that I would like it to take a picture of. Once I have the area selected, I simply release the mouse and it takes it for me. It makes a sound so that you know it is finished. I'm going to click in my Smart Notebook to check, and there it is. Now I'll go back to the application form online, and I'm going to move down the page to get the next section. I'll come back to the screen capture tool, choose the crop that I want, drag the mouse to highlight the area that I'm going to take a picture of, get it lined up, and release the mouse. I wait for the sound. I'll come back to the Smart Notebook, and now we see the new image here. And if I click on my pages, I can see that I now have 2 pages with 2 images. I'll come back to the second page. I'm going to return to the application form, move down the screen again. I'll choose my crop tool, highlight the area by dragging the mouse, and release the mouse to take the picture. Now this time I'm just going to move down the screen and take the next one, but it will be saved on a new page. So I select the crop tool for the screen capture, highlight the area that I'm going to take a picture of, release the mouse, and I've got it. Now I'll look down the page here, but notice it's just some pictures, so I'm not too worried about that part of the application form. I'm now finished with this application form, so I'll close that, and I return to the Smart Notebook. I can open up my pages. Whoops. Sorry about that. Screencast-O-Matic is a great tool. Okay, now I'm back in my Smart Notebook. I'll open up the pages, and I see that I have 4 pages with the complete application form throughout. Now what I want to do is resize things so that in the classroom it'll be better and easier for the class to see. So I'm going to get rid of the screen capture tool. I don't need that anymore. I'll click on the image, and that will select it for me. Now I can use this to drag, make the application form a little bit bigger. I can move it around by selecting it and moving it, by dragging the mouse, making this bigger again with the resizing tool in the bottom corner. I want to get it as big as I can so that it's easier for the class to use. Again, I'm not too worried about the pictures, so I'm going to make this a nice size. There we go. Now that I've resized the image, I'm going to lock it in place. So I come up to the top of the image, I choose the drop down box, I'll come down through the options and choose locking. After I have this menu, I will choose lock in place. Now the image is locked in place, so there'll be no accidental movement while the students are using it in the classroom. I'm going to now move to the next page, and I'll repeat the same process here. I'm going to select the image by clicking on it, move it to where I want it on the page, choose the resizing tool in the bottom corner, drag the mouse, this one's nice and big, I'll move it over a little bit to make it centered on the page, select the drop down tool, come here to locking, and I'm going to lock it in place. Now, you could repeat those steps for the next pages, but for the purposes of this video, that's what we're going to do. So I could continue on and do the same thing for these two pages, resize them, lock them in place, and then in the classroom, the students can come to the smartboard, choose one of the pens, come down to the application form, and fill it in by hand on the screen. It's excellent for modeling or for practice in the classroom. Now, of course, this doesn't look very good because I'm using a mouse on a laptop, but what I wanted to show you is now that I've written on this application form, I can choose the eraser tool. I can erase what I've written, but my application form stays there for me. So once you've got one of these saved, you can use it again and again and again, and you only have to save it without changes so that all the writing is gone, or you can choose to erase as you go. Now I'm going to return here to my select tool just to make sure I have my mouse rather than a pen or an eraser, and it's time to save the file. So I'm going to come up to the top here and I'm going to choose File. From here I'm going to say Save As, and when Save As opens, the windows here, I'm going to choose to save it on my desktop. I'm going to call it a Tim Hortons application form. Always give your files a good name so that you don't forget what they are in the future. It's just a good idea. I'll click on Save, and it's saving page 1, 2, 3, and 4. Notebook file is saved. It has a name, Tim Hortons application form. I can open this up in the classroom and use it with the students. Go ahead and find a form or anything else online that people need to fill in and see if you can make one of these yourself. Thank you for listening. I hope you enjoy this tool.